I've been working with Alan on this since we finished Kiss Me Kate. Then he told me, hey, I'm doing this, will you do it with me? So we've been going round and round. He said, but I want to do it modern. I want to do it contemporary. So I said, okay, so the first thing that I think about when I think of contemporary Romeo and Juliet is West Side Story, although it's not contemporary, that's sort of 50s. But it conjures up images of switchblades and knives. So we went round and round about it. So we are using knives. They're not switchblades. It's not romantic at all. There's no level of romanticism in this. It's all stark reality. We're using knives, and we're using guns. And the guns are all semi-automatics, like Berettas. They're guns that people carry on the street today. We're using the knives and the guns very selectively. They will be present, from the very first fray between the Montagues and the Capulets, both guns and knives, but we use it selectively where we introduce it. And so when you introduce it, you flash a gun, it ups the stakes. All right, let me see this. Okay. You started it. Yeah. Perfect. Exactly. That's perfect. Oh, I love that. That's good. That's perfect. Go. Station 1. Station 2. Continue. There are a lot of plays where the fights are integral to the action, but sometimes the violence happens to characters that are not the major ones. In this instance, no fight happens unless it's with one of the leading characters. And so you care about them. There's an interesting sort of formula we have as a fight choreographer. The more important you are, the longer you can take to die. In other words, if you're really important, the fight can be longer. If you're really important, you've earned the right to die slowly. And actors love to do that, to do that. So when you have sort of like the third henchman from the left, you have to just, kill him and get him off right away because no one cares about it anyway. It's just like, get it out of the way. This summer I also worked, just a month before I started rehearsal here, I also workshopped with my graduate actors at VCU to come up with the moments, the things that Romeo would do. Because Romeo's a good fighter, but he's not trained like Tybalt. Tybalt is a mathematician. He's the one, if you in class, who does everything that the teacher says to do. Do this, do that. He shows up early, he does only that. He doesn't really have much ability to think beyond that, but he does everything it's mentioned in the script, by the book of arithmetic. Mercutio is like, if they were in a class together, he's the class clown. He's really smart, really, really good, but he doesn't care that much. So his fighting with a knife is, he has some great talent and he's just as good as Tybalt, but he doesn't care about the rules. He'll make them up as he goes along. So there's a person who follows the rules, Tybalt. There's a person who will dance around you when he's fighting, and that's Romeo. That's Mercutio. Romeo is the person who just does whatever he has to do to get by. Because he's probably off thinking about some girl that he just saw out the window.
Watch it! Watch it! Stop!